right, here we are. What's up, my friends? Good morning to you. Melanie will be joining us soon. And right now, I'm getting the feed up and running. So, let's check. Hello. Check 1, 2. Good morning, Bethany. Check 1, 2. Hello. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Kitten Breath. All right.
Good morning.
All right, perfect.
Okay. Oh, wait. Get that light one. It's fine.
All right.
What's going on?
Hope people are having a good Monday so far.
Can you scooch? I don't want to push you because you get mad at me.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Check.
I do.
Check your levels really quick.
Check. Hello. Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning.
Anything else?
What's up, Kayla? Good to see you.
Are you ready?
Hey, Bethany. Good morning. Yes, I am ready.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Hello.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Hello and welcome to Anatomy of Marriage Radio. I'm your host, Melanie Studley.
What's up, my friends? My name is Seth Studley. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. Good Monday morning. Welcome to AOM Radio, where we answer your questions, and we also do our marriage morning
routine. Yes, we do our prayer, our gratitude, our intentions, and our questions of the day. And if you're new here, welcome. We are so glad that you are here. Do you want to start us off in prayer today, my dear?
That's right. Why are we holding hands?
Why not? Go ahead.
All right. Thank you, God, for your blessings. Thank you for the sun. I pray that you give us strength and wisdom to carry out this week with what our goals are, with intention and spiritual protection. Thank you for our kids. I pray that this is helpful to people who listen and also to us. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Good prayer.
I am thankful. Thank you, Melanie, Dawn, for keeping, I don't want to say keeping me in check, but you know me. When I do like 75 hard and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. It's beer and scone time. And that just never is healthy for me. And you said, hey, let's keep it cool, brother. Mm-hmm. And you weren't a jerk. You weren't a B-word about it. You just said it. And I was like, you know what? You're exactly right. So thanks.
You're welcome. It is, I'm working on it, not being a jerk and
right.
a B-word. Those are things I actually have to work on.
Yeah.
And so actually do your prayer, your gratitude, and your intentions together with your partner. That is one of the things that we are asking that you guys do together. This is such an incredibly helpful tool in marriage. It's easy to do and it's fun. So my gratitude for you is two. I have two gratitudes. One, you helped me wash my hair with eggs.
All right.
And I laid on, we have like a feeding trough because of course Seth does a cold dip in a feeding trough. So why wouldn't we have one? We put a piece of plywood on it and I laid on it and you squirted my hair with the hose and then you washed it with an egg yolk.
You seem to like it.
I loved every second of it. I hate washing my hair, all of the ththings, and you so kindly helped me wash my hair with egg yolks.
Well, good.
If you guys want to know more about my egg yolk experience, just go ahead and ask, because it was really awesome, and I loved it, and not very many people would do that. The other thing, too, I am thankful for and have gratitude about is that you, yesterday, you were getting, like, overwhelmed with something, and normally you would just get mad at me, like, not in a crazy way or anything, but instead you stopped yourself and were like, hey, I'm just overwhelmed. I can't think about this right now. And that, at first I was really like, what are you talking about? Like it struck me wrong and I didn't quite understand it. But then I'm thankful that you did it because you were being transparent and you weren't sort of storing it up to get upset about later, which was a really big deal. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good. That is helpful to literally, especially for guys, to identify like, oh, wait a minute, I just don't want to push through this like I do every time because then sometimes I get kind of pissed later. So let me just say what I'm feeling right now.
So I'm thankful. So tell your partner and talk about this together. What are you thankful for in your marriage and that has happened recently? What is your intention for today?
My intention.
And your intention is your, like, how you want your behavior to be based on, like, how you want to improve your behavior in your relationship today.
So we try to say our intentions, like, for you directly, but I know that some intentions that I do indirectly positively affect you. And so I created this thing called the AOM Daily, which is a combination of all the practices that are successful for me, from diet to cold shower to 10-minute visualization, all this stuff. And I'm calling it the AOM Daily. If you want more information, it will be coming out soon. And it keeps me in check, it keeps me real, and it keeps me honest. And like David Goggins says, keeps you hard. Get hard, right? And
so you're saying that's your intention for today?
Yeah, because when I do that, I'm a better person around everybody.
I like it. I like it. My intention for today is, no joke, I am making the children and myself small paper bracelets to wear to remind us of the behaviors we need to have. So mine says, oh, it's on the table. It says something like, be kind, and say nice things. Because that is what I actively need to work on. So I'm taking a piece of paper and cutting it into strips and taping it onto our wrists. Because it will be a nuisance that we will remember. Bracelet. Yes. And each kid has their own, and I have my own. So it is my intention to be like more kind to you and all of that jazz.
That's
you
good.
Got really sidetracked just now.
Sorry.
Staring at the thing. And before we dive into today's question, which is all about, we got a listener question about a husband buying somebody else jewelry. And we're going to get into that. But before we do, we want to read a quick review.
Right. Okay, so this is from a question that we answered, and then it's just another email that's pretty awesome. It says, and this is paraphrased, "Thanks for answering my questions. It really means a lot. An extra thanks to Melanie for her vulnerability. As I was listening from the beginning, and she called Seth the worst."
Hold on. This was in the episode about verbal abuse. I called Seth the worst because he forgot his journal. So keep on.
And I called Seth the worst for forgetting something. I instantly tensed up. It was obvious and stark and hurtful to me for some reason. It wasn't even said in anger or anything. To hear her apologize and own up to it by the end of the show was incredibly life-changing. Thank you for giving me hope. And I wanted to highlight that, not just because it's something good that you did, but highlight the power of like owning your own crap. And we talk about this all the time with, of course, Jocko Willink and Extreme Ownership and the other books and the things that we consume. It boils down to this. Hey, you are 100% responsible for your actions. Every single word that you say. You know, nobody makes you do anything. Nobody, unless you give them the power over that, but then you're choosing to give them that power, right? So it's understanding your own crap, owning up to it, and then making a commitment to change. And that's what we highlight all the time, because as a therapist and a person in a marriage, I strongly believe that is the most powerful tool that every single one of us have. No one has more than the other. We all have it the equal amount. It's if we choose to act on it.
Yeah, and I want to say really quickly too, I could have easily said to myself, oh, he knows what I meant. I mean, it's no big deal. But I am pushing myself to be responsible, to own what I say and
even if I know. Even if you assume that, oh, well, he knows what I meant, that still makes it unpleasant.
Yeah, it doesn't make it feel any better. So, and I did that the other night too. Like I said something to you and to Tough, and I stopped what I was doing, came out into the living room, and just sat down and apologized to you both. Because I'm like, if I don't change this behavior, and it wasn't anything horrific or egregious or, you know, like really terrible. It was just, I did something flippant like that and thought about it later and went, I cannot ignore that. I have to say I'm sorry, and I have to change this behavior. Otherwise, it will never change.
That's right.
And more is caught than taught. The kids will just learn how to do it.
Maybe you're the emotional terrorist.
I was. I said it.
Things hostage.
Yeah, I said that do you not remember season 1?
No.
Oh, he doesn't remember season 1.
Right.
Anyway, so we just wanted to address that. Thank you for sending that in and for sharing that moment was impactful. I'm glad that I did it. It wasn't easy, and I could have easily not done it. So
yes, so thank you for doing that.
So if you feel that feeling of like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, stop yourself and apologize. And there's
throw up a like. Yeah. Just by you throwing up that like, saying, yeah, that's me, that might be a good start.
Yes.
How about this? It's an intentional start to the day, saying, yep, that's me. I do that crap. Oh, guess what? We'll throw up a like too because we do it. So this is an email that we got from a listener, and it's a heavy one, right?
It is.
All right, go ahead and read it.
My husband had an emotional affair. He texted the other woman over 3,000 times in a single month. He has kissed her. He has told her, I love you, and bought her jewelry. They work together, and she's a friend of my mother-in-law's. My husband nor his family feel that he has done anything wrong because they were just close friends. He didn't sleep with her, so he didn't cheat. He is also heavily into porn. Because of this, he won't work on our marriage. He won't participate even when I bring him articles that I've read, books, and he won't give me any transparency. He says he knows that he hurt me, but he didn't cheat. His mother has blocked me and basically removed me from her family while embracing the other woman and bringing her into the family. Meanwhile, my husband still works with her. This makes me very on edge and produces extreme anxiety, and I know I have not reacted very well at all. Seth, your comment on extreme ownership hit home. So what do I do? How do I deal with this and heal when it's trivialized and I'm treated like the one who had an affair? Any tips that give new calm in this storm is welcome. Do you have thoughts on that?
Yeah, I do. Obviously, this is completely out of line. I don't know what the mother-in-law is thinking. I don't know what the husband is thinking. I don't know what the other person is thinking that it's okay to, I don't know, come into somebody else's marriage, right? Like this. However, sometimes the treatment we receive
is the treatment we allow.
Is the treatment we allow, right? And you're going to be like, "What? I don't want this." But have there been absolutely clear boundaries? Remember last week we talked about voting with our feet, kind of thing. Show up, go there, do stuff, right? So obviously, and I don't know, questions like this, I'm not making judgments because I don't have all the information. But based on what this person is saying, the husband is absolutely not in the right lane. Mm-hmm. The mother-in-law is insanely not in the right lane. Mm-hmm. And the other woman is not in the right lane, right? So over 3,000 texts, kissing, I mean, what is the actual definition of cheating? You have to sleep with the other person?
The definition of cheating I put in here. It's to act dishonestly or unfairly in order to gain an advantage, to deceive or trick, to be sexually unfaithful. So, woman, he cheated on you. Mm-hmm. It is not just they had sex. That is not the definition of cheating. He is cheating on you. If Seth buys someone else jewelry, that woman ain't gonna have no teeth left. He is cheating on me. Right. That's not right. And I will say what I see happening with the mother-in-law issue here is so there's so many things going on, but what I basically see is there is a son who acts like a baby. He needs to have his needs met. If you are like looking at loads and loads of porn, you have no self-control. You don't understand the law of diminishing return. You don't know what's good for you. You are a ding-dong. And then you've got a mother who's highly enmeshed in that system and says, well, he can't eat broccoli. He doesn't like it. Right. Don't tell Johnny what to do. He'll cry.
You're not taking care of my son's needs. So.
Yes, so there's enmeshment issues. There is something going on where this mother is babying her son. Mm-hmm. I'm going to maybe take a guess. He might be the youngest or the last son. Maybe. Or the only, whatever.
That would be
Yeah. So he cheated. Do not let yourself believe the lie that your mother-in-law and your husband are telling you. Mm-hmm. He cheated on you. And what Seth is saying, the idea of vote with your feet, you accept the behavior you allow, those are very hard things to hear. But what I hear you saying is, well, he didn't cheat. He didn't kiss her. Mm-hmm. You are defending his bad behavior and trying to make excuses to make it seem less terrible. And I get that because when Seth and I went through our hard time, I had this really weird duality within me where I was like, he lied to me. He looked at porn. He didn't tell me. He did this at his job. But then at the same exact time, when I told somebody, I was like, well, I mean, I would try to defend him at the same time being so incredibly hurt by him. So I get that you want to defend that. I get that sort of the double-mindedness that this brings. But if you are allowing your husband or your mother-in-law to be treating you like trash, you will always be treated like trash.
Yeah, so and this is really hard because if you do vote with your feet, maybe your husband and the mother-in-law and everybody else who's seemingly against you is going to say, see, she was crazy. You didn't deserve her anyway.
They for sure will do that.
Or whatever. So you have to gear up and literally armor yourself because it's going to be a huge individual emotional battle and be like, oh man, maybe I did make a mistake or whatever. But you always have to go back to, sure, we make mistakes in marriage, but his perpetual behavior of over 3,000 texts and all this stuff, you have to believe and concretize in your mind that was not right. I'm not allowing myself to be treated that way. This is the line that I'm drawing, and any other crap that doesn't make sense that they throw at me is all of them. That is their fault. Now, I'm not saying that you do not own up your stuff. Certainly, you have mistakes in the marriage. We all do. Own what you can be responsible for, and don't own anything else that isn't your responsibility. 3,000 texts, that's not your fault. Well, no, not your fault. That's not your responsibility. You didn't choose to do that. Buying jewelry, the mother-in-law pushing you away, her treating you poorly, that's her, right? But you have to own up to your stuff and go, all right, this is what I'm doing, so you can be the best person for the next man that comes along or whatever. If it goes to that, if he doesn't turn around, but who knows?
And I'm gonna say, and I don't. This is such a fine line because we've had whole episodes about divorce and whole episodes about like how people don't understand that sometimes if you could try your best for the next 50 years and he may never change. And I am not saying leave him. Like that is, don't hear me flippantly say that. Do not interpret it that way. That is not what I'm getting at. But there is something to be said. The power of family of origin. If you have a bonded team enmeshed, a mother and a son who are like, see, the whole world's against me. See, she's better than that one. Like you have a generational curse almost of idiocy within your husband and his mom.
Right.
And if they are actively pushing you out and inviting another woman in to try to replace you, you will not win.
Right.
And again, not trying to steal hope from you. You are obviously a very good person. You are writing in and saying, how can I make this better? You didn't make this bad. And just you thinking, I can make it better means you've got a good heart. You've got a smart mind. You are going to do great things. But hear me when I'm saying, that's a battle you can choose to fight. Absolutely. Absolutely choose to fight that. You made a covenant. You got married. That was what you wanted. You can choose to fight that. But at the same time, do not be fooled. Do not veil your eyes. Do not pretend that it's not going to be really terrible. Because a mother and a son who think they are in the right, who are totally enmeshed and really unhealthily bonded, there's almost nary a thing that can sort of bust through that ridiculousness.
Yeah.
And I am really sorry that you're going through that.
Yeah, that really sucks, but it's sometimes our reality, right? Blaming the other person for cheating, that's awful. Yeah, that really is awful. There's not a lot of accountability anywhere. That's awful. I've been cheated on before and they just blame it all on me. Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
And I really would recommend reading the book. Actually, for this person who asked this question, I am currently reading Cant Hurt Me by David Goggins. I had been avoiding it. I, for some reason, didn't think I would like it because Seth said there was all these like sad things in it. I'm like, I don't want to read a book that has sad stuff in it. But you guys, Cant Hurt Me by David Goggins is amazing. And the audio version is even more amazing because what he does is he has a different narrator, the guy who reads the book itself, and they read the chapters and then they do this sort of like podcast episode about what you just heard. And it is the coolest thing ever because you get to hear the actual author and the narrator talk about what you just heard. He has challenges for you, and the whole point is that he has had a ridiculously, horrendously awful life. His childhood was unthinkable. Like his dad had prostitutes that he would like owned, and his mom would get beat up, like all these crazy things. But trust me, the whole point of the book, it's called Can't Hurt Me, because he's like, nothing can hurt you if you don't let it. And he's got every reason in the world to be hurt, to be a wimp and a wuss. He's got every reason in the world to not do anything good, but he decided to take his pain and his suffering and get beyond it. So for the person who sent this question in, right now, go to audibletrial.com/anatomy of marriage and get David Goggins' Can't Hurt Me for free on us.
Right.
Do that. Listen to that book. It will reframe all of this for you.
Disclaimer.
Oh, yeah.
There's tons of cussing in it.
Loads and loads of cussing.
Which I don't mind at all. It's whatever. And it seems to motivate me more and pump me up. It's like a coach yelling in your face, and I love it.
Yeah, he swears the most. So if you have a problem with cussing, I mean, don't get mad at me. I didn't write the book.
Right.
But it's amazing. He's amazing. The message behind it is worth getting over your fear of the F-bomb.
Yeah, and the Audible book is better than the hardcover, in my opinion. So audibletrial.com/anatomy of marriage to get that book. Okay.
Where's your phone?
It's not here.
Dang it. I need the questions today. So that was the first thing I wanted to say. Get that book. Because it's really important to understand that hard things happen to everybody. Bad stuff happens to everyone. He has got story after story after story of amazingly challenging things, but then he gets through it and kicks his own butt. So I highly recommend that book. Thank you for grabbing that.
You're welcome. Okay, so that's it. That's all the questions that we had for today. So let's move on to...
That's not all the questions that we have. That's just
I'm
all
sorry,
we were
the emails.
answering.
Yeah, but the questions of the day. in the app. It's called Get Your Marriage On. It's amazing. And we want you to utilize these tools on the app. We have the clearing structure on there. We have everything. But now, ask me a funny question.
Did you pick this question?
I didn't. It was
it's great.
just random.
So this is our app called Get Your Marriage On. We co-created this, and it is it is all the tools we wish we had when everything terrible was happening with us. So one of the best things about it are the conversation starters. There are hundreds of them. We made probably half of them. Daniel made half of them. I mean, it's so, so, so cool. And there is a section in the conversation starters titled Just for Fun. And the question, and you can have it randomized, which is really fun. So here is your question for today. We're going to do 2 of them. We always do. What scary, new, or exciting thing have you always wanted to try but haven't yet? I bet you could guess mine.
Oh, no, I don't know yours. What is it?
Hot air balloon ride.
Oh.
I'm terrified, but I really want to try.
I don't want to do that. Because...
That's surprising to me. I mean, you like airplanes. You want to like hurl through the air at 1,000,000 miles an hour in a tin can, but...
Maybe if I had a parachute on... I'm serious. Maybe if I had a parachute on with a hot air balloon, I would do it.
I don't think that a parachute deploys that low.
It could. It's called base jumping.
Oh, gosh. Well, what's the new, fun, and exciting, scary thing you want to try? Base jumping?
No.
What new thing do you want to try? Put it in the comments. What scary, new, exciting, or fun thing have you always wanted to try out but haven't yet?
I've tried most. I would like to scuba dive. That'd be fun.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's the worst. Skydiving. Oh, my friends have skydived.
Yeah, I would do that. I've bungee jumped. I've rock climbed.
You would skydive?
Yeah.
That's the only reason I don't want to go on the Amazing Race. Skydiving and eating bugs.
I would sky.
I don't
dive.
think I could eat bugs.
Okay.
And I don't want to eat bugs. That is
all right,
not
next question.
On mine. We've already answered that one. Oh, what is your biggest goal in life?
My biggest goal in life, I guess if I think about it, the one that is most important is to have a good relationship with you and have a good relationship with all of our kids and then our grandkids.
I feel bad because I was like way off.
Well, what?
I was like,
well, if
I want to win an award.
Award? I don't want to.
Just keep talking. Sorry.
And make enough money to be where, like, okay, yeah, kids' college. Let me bless you with this and that and that and that. You know, if I'm thinking on the more materialistic side, but most importantly is super good, solid relationships with you, with myself, with our kids and grandkids.
I guess that is my goal too, if I really think about it. But
right.
I wanted to be like, I want to do such good work with with marriage, people and things that I win awards for it. like how
what?
Joyce Meyer has like been
Who's gonna
gifted
give you an award?
awards. I don't know.
A humanitarian award for a great
for helping
podcast.
Marriages. Yeah, I know.
Says, I'll pass on eating bugs.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I don't think I could do it. I would feel so bad if I ate a living bug. Oh,
you kill it first.
That's too much. Anyway,
all right.
We love you guys, and we hope that this show is helpful. Thank you for sending in questions. We've got loads of questions in the queue, but please send your questions in to hello@anatomyofmarriage.com, and we always edit them to make sure that they are more anonymous than even when you sent them in, and we always leave them anonymous. Kitten Breath says outdoor rock climbing in a national park. I'll join you, because I would love to do that. I would absolutely love to do that. I've never done that.
I've done that.
Anyway, we also wanted to remind you that you can get a free audiobook on us, like we said. Get David Goggins' Cant Hurt Me, or get Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. You can go to anatomyofmarriage.com. Nope. You can go to audibletrial.com. Nope. Yes. Audibletrial.
Let me take over with this. audibletrial.com/anatomy of marriage to get your free audiobook. Look. And you'll love it.
Palili Liz gave me an award. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, tune in. Let's see. I'm the kind of person to take bugs outside. Don't even want to kill them.
I killed the biggest spider. I'm going to take a spider outside, though. But also, if you guys need help, if you guys need counseling, we have partnered with Faithful Counseling. It's an amazing counseling service. It's teletherapy. It's HIPAA compliant. Go to getfaithful.com/anatomy of marriage and take the quiz. I actually took it like yesterday to really get an idea of what it is. It's amazing. It walks you through all these questions so that you are getting the exact therapist that you need. Right now, stuff is stressful. Stuff is different. Jobs are hurting. Marriages are hurting. People are stressed. So if you need help, please go to getfaithful.com/anatomy of marriage and check out the counselors there. You're doing this. It helps us out. And we want you to get the help that you need. And if we could be your counselor, we would. But y'all, we ain't got no time for that. Anyhow, we love you. We will see you tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Have a good Monday.
Bye.
Bye.